Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruchika and I am a recruiter with Microsoft. I have been a recruiter for about 9 years now. So it's been a very long time me interacting with the student community and I absolutely love what I do. Alright, with that, let's get into the video for today. If you have again missed the part 1 of the TMAY question, I would recommend going and checking that out. This is part 2 wherein I get to review the Tell Me About Yourself question from 4 lucky winners who actually participated in the contest that I did a couple of weeks back. And I'm so happy that I get to review their videos and also share insights into how and what goes into the Tell Me About Yourself question and how do you answer and nail this question. So with that, let's get into the first video.
Hi, thanks for giving me the opportunity for introducing myself. My name is Rohit. I'm currently in my final year of BTech IT program at PhD Tech. Coming from agriculture background, I'm imparted with the values of hard work and perseverance. And from my childhood, I was given the freedom to make a choice of education by myself. So this increased my decision-making skills, and also I was introduced to computers in my 5th grade. And after exploring many things, I was able to make a website for my father's company in my 8th grade, which boosted my confidence in computer science field. And being with zero pressure, I was able to study well, and I was able to get complete scholarships in my 11th and 12th standard. And after coming to college, I honed my CS fundamental and problem solving skills, and I also contributed by making an app for the magazine of our college, and which with these skills I ended up in a summer internship at Fidelity Investments. And being a team player, I usually take up the lead and make sure everything goes fine and everyone feels comfortable. And as a result of this, I was appreciated for the best teamwork during my internship period. Apart from this, I played badminton daily, and in my free time I read books and watch anime. Yeah, that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for sharing your video with me. I absolutely loved whatever you spoke about your background, what you grew up with, the values that you grew up with, and it was really, really amazing. A couple of things that I did notice that you were doing quite constantly was, number one, you tend to speak a lot faster. Probably it could be because you're nervous or you want to get over with the Tell Me About Yourself question pretty soon, and it happens to the best of us. I do it a lot more often as well. I tend to get very nervous and I start speaking very fast. I've seen a lot of students also doing it. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that when you're talking so fast, it could be that the person in front of you doesn't understand or doesn't listen to what you're trying to say. So I did miss out on a couple of things that you were trying to say, and it could be because you were talking too fast. So just calm down. My advice to anybody who's attempting this question is, this is the first question which starts your interview. So it could be that you're nervous and you start rambling. My advice would be, take a pause, take a breath, calm down, and then start the question. That will help you not ramble and get into it quickly and you're like, okay, let me finish this quickly. Don't do that. I also noticed that you were repeating because you were rambling on. You had to kind of stop and start all over again somewhere. So make sure that you don't do that. Alright, but thank you so much. It was a great video. I really enjoyed listening to your introduction.
Hi, I am Swanika. Currently, I am a third year BTech undergrad pursuing Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from GSPM's RSCOE, which is affiliated to Pune University. I am a confident, passionate, and an enthusiastic human being. I have a family of 4, including my mother, father, and younger sister, and me. Earlier, when I entered college, I found coding very terrific. But later on, while solving problems and learning DSA, I gained confidence, and now I have a rating of 3 stars in CodeChef, and soon it will improve much more better. Recently I got selected as a contributor for Girls Script Foundation of Winter Contribution. It is an open source program for the students to showcase their talent, and it has also many perks and benefits for the students as well. You can learn so many things over there. Apart from coding and other technical aspects, I also explored different domains, like I did a content writing internship in my first year itself. Later on, I also did a teaching internship in a STEM-based organization where I taught students the programming languages. And the biggest achievement which I got during lockdown was I got selected for the Ever Youth Pune City semi-finale of Times Fresh Face Season 13, which was held digitally this year. And it is the India's biggest college talent hunt. So that was really a biggest achievement for me, and I was very happy for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swanika, for sharing your video with me. I enjoyed going through that entire introduction. A couple of things that you do want to keep in mind is grammar. Make sure that there are no grammatical errors in your introduction. Pronunciation. So pronunciation is very, very important, especially when you're talking about yourself. There are a whole bunch of videos and self-help videos that are available, so you can go through that. That will also help you making sure in how you're nailing your pronunciations. In the end, I do want to talk about how you talked about what you won recently, a competition, which was great, but you do want to bake in again the whole aspect about why you want to join that organization. What is it that you will get out of joining that particular organization? So again, do some bit of rich research around there, around what are the values and how you kind of feel connected to that organization, right? So that's how you end. Your introduction should end with the organization and the connection that you draw with that organization. Other than that, you nailed it. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Ankita Sahu, and I'm a freshman pursuing my bachelor's in computer science from Soa University. My journey with technology began once I was a toddler. At that moment, I saw my uncle coding for hours, and computers fascinated me. I considered them nothing more than toys. With time, I understood it's not just my fascination, it's much more, a world beyond. And that's when I started learning newer languages, being a part of events, workshops, seminars, as well as a lot of hackathons and tech communities. With my experience with these events, I understood that there's one rift that we need to bridge, and that's the rift between inclusion and technology. But once I set a foot out to work for it, I understood it's not just inclusion, it's diversity and inclusion. And thus, through my own endeavors and my community, I started to lead through a lot of efforts so that we could bridge this gap. Now, I took up web development and UI UX designing as my domain or interest because last year in the month of December, when I was doing my virtual experience program with Microsoft, I had to work on a research paper, and I went through a lot of Microsoft websites, and one particular website actually fascinated me a lot. I was really taken aback with the technology used because I'd never heard or seen something like that before. And thus I took up a challenge that I'm going to build something similar to this really soon, and that's when I took up web dev. And after 3 months of exploration and inclusion into this tech field, I understood it was WebGL and animation as well as 3JS that was being actually used out there. And thus, that was all about my technical journey. On a personal note, I'm someone who's often derived by curiosity. I'm known for my strengths to being my soft skills, my presentation skills, as well as my leadership quality. And on my experience or my hobbies, I really love dancing, and I'm a classical dancer in 2 different dance forms. That was a short intro about me. Thank you so much.
Wow, Ankita, that was mind-blowing. I absolutely loved what you said. It was so engrossing. I was absolutely thrilled to go through your entire introduction. And I'll be honest, I did not go through the entire introduction in the first time that I was screening people. So this was like the first time that I saw it entirely. But when I did see it the first time, and the first initial 10 to 15 seconds, I kind of assume that you're either into theater or you're a professional dancer, because your facial expressions are so beautiful. You are so expressive with your hands and your eyes, and it was a pleasure listening in. All right, so coming to some of the feedbacks that I do want to share. The first thing was that you were obviously very excited, which is great. You were focusing on a lot of things, so there's a lot of ground that you wanted to cover with your introduction. Like I said, focus on just your wins, just your strengths. I love the whole storytelling bit that you brought in as well. It was really amazing to hear what drives you, what gives you energy, why you came into web development, and it's great. But maybe a little less of that. and you're sorted. But other than that, I think I loved everything that you did, and the way you introduced, the way you brought in the whole storytelling piece of it. In fact, towards the end I was like, okay, I wish she can talk a little more, but you nailed it. So thank you so much for sharing your introduction. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people.
You don't have to be a great to start, but you have to start to be a great. Yeah, this is Aravind. I am pursuing my Masters in Computer Application from Kumarguru College of Technology, Coimbatore, and I have done my Bachelor's in Computer Technology from Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai. I am an enthusiastic learner and a proactive student in our college, where I have participated in many events apart from my studies, and I have interested on developing user-friendly website by using Django framework, where Python platform is using, and I am interested of learning new upcoming technologies, and my short-term goal is to get intern in some product-based company to equip myself and to gain industrial exposure and to get job. My long-term goal is to start my own dream company when I feel I am well enough to fit to manage the company. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arvind, for sharing your introduction with me. I loved going through it. I really loved the initial bit where you started with a quote, which was absolutely nice, and I loved it. It had that personal touch to it, so it's a great start as well to your introduction. Couple of things that I do want to share as feedback is make sure that grammatical errors are not there in your introduction. So there are a lot of self-help videos out there on YouTube. You can go and check them out. Apart from that, towards the end of it, you did speak about how you want a job and you want to get placed in a product-based company, which is great. Obviously everybody wants that, but I do want to probably say that if you can change that last bit and add something which is more personal, like for example, what are the values of the organization and why do you see yourself joining or working in that organization. So it could be anything. It could be any organization that you're interviewing with. Just research on the values that are existing in that organization, or the culture of that organization, and just add that bit. That always helps you get those extra brownie points with the interviewer, and they know that you've done your research and you know what that organization stands for. So that's going to be my advice to everybody who wants to nail this tell me about yourself question. Alright, so with that, we come to the end of part 2 of the TMAY question. I am so happy that I got to review these volunteers who were so brave in sharing their videos with me. I did ask them if they're okay for me to share it on YouTube, and I got a yes from everybody. So guys, a big shout out to each one of them who shared their videos with me, and I was able to review them and in turn help so many others. So with that, I'm gonna take your leave. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and I will be back pretty soon with something new, hopefully really soon. I don't know when, but yeah, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay home and stay safe. Bye.